Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 29th. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes, worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we're complaining about Mean Girls. So Nicole found this advice column. So Slate has an advice column called Care and Feeding. That's like parenting related stuff. And this question was awful. It was a parent talking about how their adult daughter, who's like 21 or something, was so mean to basically everyone. I mean, her siblings, romantic partners, other people in her high school. It just sounded like an awful person. And this parent was like, what can I do about this awful child that I birthed?
Yeah.
So it was really sad.
And raised more significantly.
Yeah, I know.
What did you do?
What did you do? And the answer was like, this girl needs therapy, basically was what the advice was. Because, I mean, the parents were trying, they basically disinvited her from family meals because she couldn't, because she made it so miserable for the other siblings, and she just was not getting it. So,
wow.
But so then we thought, we could discuss Mean Girls we have known, or our kids have known, or possibly have we been? I don't. I know when I was in like about 4th grade, I had a run-in with a group of girls that just decided that they were no longer. I was not part of the group anymore, and. Like moved my desk so that it wasn't by theirs, and all that kind of stuff. But I was a snot because there were other girls in the class that I thought were, beneath me. So I would rather sit by myself than, stoop to their level, which was ridiculous, of course.
Yes.
So
I feel like I've had the same experience where people were mean and excluding to me, but then I was also mean and excluding to other people. So, and maybe that's just a natural phase that girls go through. I'm just sorting yourself out, I guess.
Right.
But sometimes it seems so clear that the people who are being mean to you are bad and unfair, but you're just expressing a preference. You're just, you're just being yourself. If you happen, they feel you're mean, that's just, their perception. So it's hard sometimes, especially elementary school, I think. By the time you get to middle school or high school, I think you know who the mean ones are and the mean ones are. But for a while they were all a little mean.
Yeah. Well, have you had to deal with this as a parent?
Well, my problem as a parent is that, with kids with disabilities, with a daughter with disabilities, I could sometimes see that she was doing things that caused people to be mean to her. And then I could also see that sometimes she was being mean to other people, whether she knew it or not. And I could kind of always see the other kid's point of view, which is a confusing and terrible thing for a parent. It's like you want to just, but it's like, well, you're kind of throwing yourself at that person. And if they don't, want to be your friend, you maybe need to not do that. There's other people that would like to be your friend. I don't know. It was very complicated, especially in high school. It was very complicated. And I don't think we ever had any significant bullying situations. Just situations which were, is this actually somebody being mean, or is this a misinterpretation of social cues?
Right.
Right.
Which is meaningful. I mean, you would like to think that everybody will just be nice to people who, you know, have difficulties, but that's a lot to ask of kids to some degree. I don't know. What did you guys have, your kids have run in with mean girls?
No, I mean, not significantly. Like, Kristen's high school is very, very big. So there's a lot of people to choose from, you know? So she had a core group. But there was a couple that were kind of the bane of her existence. And she was actually forced into, in her senior year, one of the girls in her group befriended the ultimate mean girl that was mean to Kristen and brought her into the circle of friends.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Kristen had to really like adjust to that and play nice. And then as soon as high school was over, it was like, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard because this other girl had not been very kind over the years. And I grew up in a very small town and there weren't a lot of people to choose from. And I think that's one of my biggest complaints about small towns is that it's not all warm and fuzzy because there are no other options. Your peer group is so small. Right. And so you're with those people from kindergarten all the way through high school and things get nasty. So, yeah, anybody that's thinking of moving to a small town with young kids, don't. Save yourselves. Save your kids. The trauma. Yeah, because people just get, they get tired of each other and then they form different groups and, it's like a whole drama. Endless drama.
Yeah, my daughter had this pretty big friend group, and at some point, I think it was basically during her senior year, it like fractured, like a big chunk of the group just cut off another chunk. And so my daughter was, she was in this group that was on the outs, but there were like 4 or 5 of them, so they weren't alone. So they renamed their group text that was for their new smaller group called the Resurrection.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yep. And they're still all, good friends. And the other ones, some of them have just like, I'll be like, whatever happened to so-and-so? She's like, I have no idea. She won't talk to anybody. Like she won't talk to me, or she won't talk to me. So I don't know what's going on. So.
Wow. Yeah, no, then boys is just a whole other story. It just seems like I don't know, my son's had the same friends since middle school, so there's never really been any major drama with them. But
They're a little more oblivious sometimes.
They are, or they just deal with, I don't know, maybe just deal with it and talk about it. But I think really just having people to choose from is really, really helpful.
I do have a friend whose daughter has struggled a lot, and even though it is a big school, it's just been bad. And both she and I, but for different reasons, have been like, cannot wait till this is over. And we talked about how like we felt bad, like kind of wishing away that year, that senior year, but we both were like, can we please just get to the finish line here?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And to the point where her daughter was afraid or started having anxiety about going to the graduation ceremony because she was afraid people would boo when her name was called. I know.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
It's awful.
Oh, yeah. No, that becomes an issue. And that stuff doesn't go away. Doesn't matter how much therapy you get. Just that kind of stuff just never goes away.
Yeah,
But
that's sad.
I think the only redemption or the only kind of closure you get is if your mean girl turns out to be kind of, just maybe a little less successful than you in life.
Yeah.
Yep. It's called karma.
Yes, that's right.
It's hard to be a mom through all of this too, because you maybe get triggered by some memories of
Yeah.
Yes.
and then you want to like fight this battle for your daughter, which you really can't do. There's no place for you to fix this,
Right.
but you want to.
And also, you're automatically on your child's side and you really don't necessarily know the whole entire story.
Exactly.
So
That is very hard. This is why, if we could put a little camera in the kid's backpack so we can see everything that goes on,
That's all we need.
because it's like, my daughter would say somebody was bothering her, but I didn't know if that person was really intentionally bothering her or just there was a misunderstanding. If I could have known, then I could have either explained to her what's going on or gone and punched the girl in the nose. One or the other, I would have had a clear path.
yes. Once again, making the case for the camera in the back.
Surveillance is all I'm asking. Just
That's all we need.
24/7 surveillance.
Solves everything.
Purely for beneficial purposes.
Yes. Right.
Of course.
Not out of prurient interest at all. Just for the good of the child. Do all those mean girls from our past have podcasts? I bet they don't.
Well, we better get ourselves out of here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we say something mean.
Somebody writes a mean comment.
That's right.
Exactly. We'll tune in tomorrow when we'll obsess about mementos we can't get rid of. And then on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundabout Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you will find us at Roundabout Chat.